Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It is I, the Cussing Cardslinger. Thank you so much for joining me today on our full review of The Murder of Crows Tarot by Corrado Roy. I really hope I'm saying that right. So this is a low Scarabeo deck. Opens like that. So I have had a few months to play with it. Oopsie daisy. So we do have this, again, typical low Scarabeo, multiple languages, but I will say props to whoever did this up, because in a very small description here, it actually says a lot. So I'm actually gonna tell you the truth. I don't hate this little book. Normally I just kind of like, oh yeah, glance, toss to the side, whatever. But this one I actually read, or have been reading when I pull, card a days and things like that with it. It does have keywords as well, which are very interesting, and I really do like the take that it has. So if you get this, I know, we kind of go, oh, sure, toss. But actually spend some time with it, because it does have some very nice insights, which I wasn't anticipating, and I actually very much appreciate. So don't completely discount the guidebook right away. So here are the backs. They kind of look like eyes. I do really enjoy these backs, if I'm being honest. The cardstock, however, not my favorite. Like, it's got, good bounce back, but they are slightly shiny, and they are a little cardboardy to me. Like, do you hear that? I just don't love it. Is it the worst cardstock? No. Is it my favorite? Definitely not. So I will warn you, if you like to riffle shuffle, they are hard to break in. Okay, I've gotten to the point where they're still pretty stiff, but you can get a pretty decent, shuffle out of there. But it took time, and I had to shuffle this baby a lot to get there. A lot. But again, that's that stiff cardboardy paper cardstock. But I mean, it holds up. But I'm not gonna lie, there was one card, I can't remember what it was. It is bent. It is bent. So like I said, not my favorite, but it does riffle shuffle. It does this lovely. So it does hand over hand great. I really appreciate that. Okay. Now, I don't read for others a lot with this deck, at least not yet. This one for me it feels very personal, It's a very personal kind of, it's not really a shadow work deck, but it allows me to see things from other perspectives. And it has a very definite voice. And it gives me perspective right when I need it. Like, it's a very practical voice. It does give excellent guidance when you need it. I love the crows. I actually really enjoy the imagery. Now, I don't have a whole lot of monochromatic decks. I got this one and the Tarot of the Abyss at the same time, but I think that's about it. And I wasn't sure how they were going to read for me, but I'm actually really quite enjoying it. Now, you can really take your time with these. The thing about this artwork is there's a lot there. And it's almost like the first few times you use it, you kind of glance over and you're like, yeah, well, But when you stop and look, there's so much imagery. So much imagery. Like, look at this Lover's card. There's so much to unpack here. So as an intuitive reader, you can really kind of go down some rabbit holes, like the vines, the thorns holding his feet here. Oh yeah, here it is. See, I don't know if you can see that. There's like a definite crease here in my Hanged Man. It doesn't bother me that much, but it is annoying. So these, I mean, it's definitely a mood kind of deck. It's darker, but again, it's a darker imagery deck, but yet I don't find it heavy. Like I don't feel like this is the deck I actually pull out when I'm really looking for some comfort, if I'm being honest. If I just want a nice direct answer and I just want to feel okay, I understand what's going on, I feel good, I feel comfortable. You know, this is the deck I reach for. This is the deck I reach for. And it's very, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's very clear. I will give it that. It's very clear. And I wasn't sure how I was gonna like working with the black and white, and I really enjoy it. Like I really enjoy this King of Pentacles. He just seems so set, you know, just so stable and just so solid. And I love that. So let's pull a card. What do we as watchers and the collective today need as guidance from this deck? What do we need as guidance from this deck? Those watching and myself as a collective. All right, nice. We have the 10 of Pentacles. So let's read. I'll show you what I mean about the guidebook. It's tiny little write-up, but it does give some nice insight. Oh, I just gotta find it. 10 of Pentacles. All right, swords are last here. Pentacles are first. Okay. Your tribe gives you strength. Sifting through things from the past, you find objects that are useful for others and for yourself. When you draw from the shared resources of the flock, there is enough for all. And the key words here are collective wealth, vast resources, legacy, inheritance, and reliance on community. But you see how it's like almost a darker image, but yet the message seems very light and very loving, you know, which I wasn't anticipating. Like I thought this was going to be kind of more of a shadowy deck, and you know, it's going to be like, okay, here's where I'm going to pull when I want to do some journeying and some shadow work and some journaling. And of course, by all means, you can still do that with this deck. 100% you can. I just wasn't expecting it to be as comforting as it ended up being, at least for me. So I actually really, really enjoy this deck, and it's probably why I don't read really for others with it, because it's kind of like my little like, oh, I need comfort. So it's turned into my rainy day comfort deck. So I don't, like I said, at least not yet. I don't read for others with this. It's like my little secret, you know, my little, you know, comfort blanket. My little security blanket is the Murder of Crows tarot for me. I do feel very comforted by crows in general. I feel very, very connected to them. So this was just a nice little added bonus. So give it a try. If you're on the fence, I would definitely suggest it. Just know that the cardstock is really you know? It's hard to break in, at least if you're a riffle shuffler like me, but hand over hand is great. It's a great deck. It's got a lot of good nuggets here in the book So if you're on the fence, I would definitely suggest to give it a try. And it comes in a really nice solid box for travel. So let me know what you guys think. Are you on the fence? Do you have this deck? What do you think of it? I'd really love to hear. Thank you so much for joining me for this full review today, and I will talk to you very soon.